up, everybody? It's Kristen and Chloe and Kira, per usual. Welcome to class. We are going to be getting into some gentle heart openers today. You'll need your yoga mat, of course, and then we're also going to use a blanket, and we're actually going to start with that blanket in supported fish. So go ahead and gather your things, and as you have your blanket, you're going to make a little roll. So I'm going to take it lengthwise, like such. And obviously this will just depend on the size and shape of your blanket, but I'm going to make a roll about like that. So it's a little more, probably maybe about half as long as my yoga mat. But I'm going to place it halfway up my mat towards the back, and then I'm going to lie back on this. So scooching my booty all the way up to the blanket and then lying back so that my spine is just right on top of it, but my booty is hanging off of it. And then arms are going to come down to the ground. You can keep your knees bent here or see what it would feel like to straighten your legs, your choice. Go ahead and turn the palms of your hands to face up and see if you can let your shoulder blades kind of wrap around the roll of the blanket. And then close down the eyes. We're just going to be here for a few breaths as we kind of get settled into the practice. But just taking a moment to notice the gentle back bend that you're in, a little heart opening pose. So that the chest is lifted, the shoulders are relaxed, melting towards the mat. Start to take some really deep breaths and see if you can find just a comfortable tempo or rhythm of breath, something that you can continue to come back to as we move through our practice. Noticing the rise of your inhales, noticing the fall of your exhales. Continue to let the shoulders relax. Let your arms be really heavy here. Let your head be heavy. Let your legs relax. Good. We'll take 5 more deep breaths, just holding this supported fish pose. Breathing in for 5. Breathing out. Breathing in for 4. Breathing out. Breathing in for 3. Breathing out. 2 more rounds of breath just right here. Good. One more time. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Really nice. And so gently, when you're ready, just rolling over onto either side so that you can pull the blanket out from underneath you and keep it close by. You may actually even want to use it for this next pose. We're coming into Sphinx pose. So you'll be lying on your belly and you'll prop up onto your forearms. Now the blanket might feel nice here to place under your hips, where kind of that bony point is. And then bringing the arms out in front of you. So elbows under shoulders, if that feels okay, especially in your low back. If you need a little bit less sensation, you can always walk your hands forward a little bit more. But then on the other hand, if you want more sensation, maybe from your Sphinx pose, you come into seal pose, so straightening the arms. That's a little bit too much for me today, so I'm just gonna stay right here in Sphinx. Press down through the tops of your feet and legs. Let them stay connected to the earth. Start to draw your shoulders back away from your ears and see if you can peel your heart forward. Lift it between the shoulders, slightly up. You can even take your gaze up here a little bit and open up the front of the throat. Good. And then take a breath in and reach your right ear over towards your right shoulder. As you exhale, you're going to roll your head down, taking your chin to your chest. And then next inhale, reaching your left ear for your left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. You got it. So just going side to side, moving with your breath. Inhaling right ear, right shoulder. Exhaling, chin to chest. Inhaling left ear, left shoulder. Exhaling chin to chest. One more time each way. Inhale, nice deep breath in. Good. Exhale to let the head drop. And then inhale over to the left. Exhale, let the head drop. And then on the next in-breath, lift your gaze up. Look out in front of you. Again, maybe even up slightly here. Feel the heart lift between the shoulders and pull forward. And then gently release. If you have the blanket underneath you, slide it out of the way. We're gonna come into whale pose. So from your stomach, reach your right arm out to the right side, and it's just gonna come straight out from your right shoulder. Palm of the hand is face down. And then take your left hand underneath your left shoulder. Gently start to press away from the ground with the left hand and roll over the top of the right shoulder. So coming to lie on your right side. And then from there, you can stack your left leg on top of the right. Another choice would be to kickstand the left foot either in front of or behind the right leg. And then we'll hold right here and just take a couple breaths. If you want to add in a little half bind, take your left arm and cross it behind the small of the back. So taking the top of the hand and just placing it right at the low back or even the sacrum, and using that leverage to spiral the left shoulder open even more towards the ceiling. Good. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Nice. And then really gently bring the left hand back down. Start to unroll, unravel. We're just right away going to switch sides. So slide the right hand now underneath the right shoulder. Left arm will reach out to the left side. And then looking to the right, you'll start to roll over the left shoulder and come onto the left side body. Good. And then again, options. You can stack the right leg on top of the left. You can kickstand the right foot either in front of or behind the left leg. And then option as well here for that half bind, taking the right hand to the small of the back behind you and just finding a little leverage, again, to spin the right shoulder up towards the ceiling. Taking a deep breath in here, relaxing the head and neck. Deep breath out. And then again, inhale. And exhale, gently release. Come back to center. Slide both hands under the shoulders. Good. Come onto the tops of the legs. We're going to take a baby cobra pose here. So I want you to really keep pressing down into the legs and see if you can hover your hands off the mat. So you're not lifting up super high, but it is a heart opener. You're really activating the back body to facilitate this opening and this lift. So take a breath in here. And then exhale, lower your hands, lower your chin and chest to the mat, maybe even forehead to the mat. And then do that again. Inhale to lift the head and the chest and the hands just slightly, finding that hover. Shoulders draw back away from the ears. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Good. One more like that. Inhale, lifting up, press down through the legs as you lift. Exhale, lower. Beautiful job. Now we're going to switch that up. We're going to try to keep the upper body down now and just lift the feet and the legs as best as you can. Take a breath in there. With your exhale, slowly lower down. Two more like that. Inhaling, just the bottom part of the body lifts. Exhale, release. Good. One more time. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release. Nice job. Now we're going to combine all of that on your next inhale. Everything lifts up. Little locust pose here. And we just have 3. Exhale to lower. 2 more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Breath and lift up. And breath out. Let it go. Nice job. From there, start to press up to a tabletop. Coming onto your hands and knees, shoulders over your hands, hips over your knees. Breathe in to drop your belly, lift your heart for cow pose. And then as you breathe out, you're gonna tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. If you want a little bit of movement here, you can add that in, maybe pedaling out your feet or just shifting your body around in a way that feels good. Yeah, and then you're gonna start to walk your feet up to your hands, coming into ragdoll pose. So a little bend in the knees here, let your head hang really heavy. If you wanna bind the arms, you can, maybe taking hold of opposite elbows. You can find a sway side to side. Yeah, pressing down through the feet and then coming back to center. If you have a bind, release it. Let your arms dangle as you slowly come all the way up to standing. Nice, rolling the shoulders up, back and down a few times. And then we'll take a breath in, reach the arms up overhead. Look up here towards your fingertips. Maybe find a little back bend, leaning back. From there, exhale to interlace the fingers behind your back. As you breathe in, soft bend in the knees, drive the knuckles down, open the heart. And then as you breathe out, slowly fold back down over your legs. Keeping the bind of the hands here, take a few sways now in this shape, side to side, just right to left, left to right. Notice how that feels. Get that nice stretch across the chest and the fronts of the shoulders. Let your head hang really heavy. And then gently release your arms. Again, come all the way up to standing. Take your time. Breathing in, you're gonna reach your arms back overhead. Now this time as you exhale, I want you to sink down into a little chair pose. Cactus your arms as you do that. Squeeze your shoulder blades, open your heart. And then inhale, stand up tall, extended mountain, arms reach up. Good, do that again. Exhale, chair pose, cactus the arms, open the heart. Inhale, reach back up, stand tall. One more time, exhale, chair pose. You got it. Now inhale, stand up, reach up, and then exhale, dive down over the legs, coming back into that forward fold. Let your head hang heavy here. Bring your hands all the way down to the mat. You're gonna step one foot back and then the other. Come into high plank. Take a breath in. As you exhale, set your knees down. We're coming into knees, chest, and chin. And it's literally what it sounds like. Our knees, chest, and chin are gonna lower to the floor. This is a little back bend. Your butt's gonna be sticking up in the air. Good, now on your inhale, pull yourself through cobra pose. Maybe even pressing all the way up into up dog here. So lifting the thighs and knees up off the mat. Good, and then exhale, set the knees down. Come back to your tabletop and we're gonna walk it out into a puppy pose. So start to walk your hands forward, stretching out long through the arms. Hips stay lifted over the knees. You can curl your toes under or untuck. And then start to let your heart melt down towards the mat. You can bring forehead down to the ground. Maybe you can rest your chin down to the ground. Find a place here to come into that's comfortable to hold for a few breaths. I want you to think about directing those breaths into the heart space. Finding some greater expansion, some gentle opening, and a little more softness. Good. Take 3 more breaths right here. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then nice and easy, start to walk yourself back up. Walking the hands towards the knees. Come into seed pose, a form of child's pose where the knees will stay together. Your arms come back by your legs, palms face up, and you'll round down over the thighs. Letting the head be heavy here, maybe coming down to the earth.
Feeling some compression here as your chest and your belly press against your abdomen. Your abdomen presses against your thighs, rather. Feeling the shoulders melt as the shoulder blades broaden. Just finding a little bit of a counter stretch to all of the heart opening that we just did. Gently letting the spine round, and you can think of this as kind of breathing into the backside of your heart. Stay here for as long as you like. Feel free to take Shavasana if you have time. Thank you for showing up and practicing with me. Namaste.